Hello, Zuo. Pigwood. I wonder if we could get Pigwood in here. So the interesting thing about this. Oh, just to be safe, I have never used the internet. You know, that's the only way to never get pregnant is to never have sex. Same as to never get doxxed. Just don't use the internet. It's a good point. Now I have a bloody Duran Duran parody in my head. Her name is Ria, and she automates on the stream. I should have made that my title. But yes, the Rio song definitely gets associated to me. Did I take my medication today? No, I did not. Thank you, Turnip. Hey, everybody, take your medication if you haven't today. Where is my olive marker? There it is. There's still time, Snoop. There is. I'm crossing it off. April 8th. Great. Get the pills. Take the pills. Also, what do you guys think? Should I be under software and development, or software and game development, or should I be under science and technology? Because I don't know. The people who believe in abstinence also only to attend it to believe it's not 100% effective. Abstinence? You think software? I thought so too, Steedra. Steedra, do you power automate? It is software. Yeah. You're right. Well, there's that Jesus. Good point. You have no idea what it is. Oh. Wait, so, okay, hold on. I'm going to do a poll. Poll is up. Rumble Drake, hello. Yes, we are sitting inside of SharePoint right now. You've noticed. Welcome. The people who are against the coming of people are pro the coming of Jesus. It's true. It's a good point, actually. Okay. So we have a few things I want to do. I want to do a basic approval workflow.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
Hi, Radar. Hello. But what this means is... Hi, Alathius. Bash is king. What is Bash? I'm not a... So people call me a developer. I'm not a developer. I'm a low-code user, and for the most part, I usually do solution architectures. You're work lurking? Well, this is work-specific. You might learn something. Bash is great. No idea what it is. You're missing the most popular option for this poll.
I brought you something!
No, but I use it. Hello, Pelanova. Hi. Okay. So, basically, what we need to do is we need to start Pelanova! Thank you so much for that gift sub to Rumble Drake. Also, I don't have my Twitch alerts on this screen, apparently. Hold on, let me go grab it. Over here. Where am I? There I am. And then I grab this? No. This? No. This? This. Copy. There. Okay, that should work now. Crud.
Splish.
Yeah, so my music is going to be sort of all over the place, so I apologize in advance if you run into things where you're like, good lord, stop. You just let me know if it's real bad. You're so ready to newt somebody? Oh my goodness. A power newtomate somebody? You have exactly one automation set up to trigger a Power BI refresh. That is normal.
All right,
are you a dashboarder?
Time to get crazy.
You only learn when someone pays you to. I'm sort of drifting back into your realm this week for your network security class in business continuity and change management. Oh, I love change management. Yes. Okay, so Alathius wants us to draw Pichu. The hell is a Pichu? What is a Pichu? Okay. Speaking of Microsoft and art, did you get a chance to see the Accelerator? Oh, no, I didn't. And I wanted to look for it, too. Thank you for reminding me, Rumble. Haven't you done Pichu before? Probably, but I don't remember. Pikachu, but extra young. And we've done it before, yes. Okay. It's up to Alathius. Alathius, do you want me to give it another shot? Because I don't remember it anyway. Or do you want me to do something different? We're forced into using Power BI to replace the old data query software we use, but we don't care about any of the visuals and need everything to go direct from SQL, so it's a pain. Oh. Mime Jr. What type is Mime Jr.? And yes, Turnip, I don't remember Pokemon. Like, I'm trying to think. I bet there's some I could probably remember at this point a little bit better, but it would still be, you'd get something weird out of it. Like, there's a few I can remember. It's not going to be great, though. Okay, so Mime Jr., Psychic and Fairy of a mime? Oh no, my hands are all shaky from having not done any art today or any pen touching. That's fine though. Originally it was pure psychic. Why did they add fairy to it, or is that a spoiler? You got to get that file into one lake and use direct lake and just never reflect. Oh my god, the lakes. Why do you guys keep naming all your stuff after lakes and forests and the environment? Because, like, it's technology. What are you doing? You know what? This is fine. This is fine. I couldn't tell you. It is a mystery. Okay. Can I use Power Automate to open all the zip folders in a file, and then for each zip folder open, go into the second folder named ping, move all the pings inside that folder into the first folder, and into... Yes, you can, Steger, but you'd want to use Power Automate Desktop, not Power Automate. So one is using RPA, which is Robotic Process Automation. That's Power Automate Desktop. The other one is using basically just Cloud APIs. That's the one I'm using today, which connects into things like SharePoint and Teams and, well, Microsoft Graph, basically, Word, all that kind of BS. But if you have actions you want to take on your desktop, then that's what you'd be looking for. You are welcome. RPA is a pain in the ass to set up, and you're going to want it on its own existence. It basically works like an employee would. It needs its own computer virtual machine. What if Bowser Jr. was a mime? That's a good question. And now you've influenced my drawing. I bet people are in the software and development browser page right now, and they're looking at this and going, the hell is that person developing exactly? Except nightmares. And it's a junior, right? So... No, they know. They know exactly what we're developing here. Apparently, I've decided it's like an elephant. I don't know why. And then, let's see, what else can we give it to make it... Well, we'll give it a turtle shell, because Bowser was mentioned. And then maybe it has little wings? Give it a belly button. Oh, it needs to be wearing gloves. So maybe they're see-through gloves, but it has to be wearing gloves because it's a mime. Mr. Mime and his ilk are all nightmares. Absolutely correct. Well then, perfect. There. I wanted to show that it was a baby. Goth lace gloves. Absolutely. Let's get the fishnet on there. Mime Jr. ready for the club. Okay, let's see what it actually looks like. Hey Scan, hello. Aren't nightmares a common development project? Yes. That's all life is anymore. It's just new ways to develop nightmares. Hello, Spuzz over there on the YouTube. Mime Jr. Okay, but like, I got one part right. I got the thing on top of the head I got right. Like, there's a little dongle on top of the head. I didn't put a ball on it. I thought about it. How is that a Mime Junior? It looks like cotton candy. That's stupid. I don't like it. Mine's not better, but it's not good. I'm art scanning. Art scanning is an example of robotic process automation that Mixitup can do for you. It does it by simulating the pressing of control and I think print screen or something. It becomes a hotkey so that it can take a screenshot and then send it through from my folders. I don't know why I keep disappearing and reappearing. It's a habitual mimicker. It uses that to confuse foes so it can run away. Oh. Sure. Okay. So, here's issue number 1, okay? I've made a list for us. This is where we want people to request. So we need them to be able to tell us the approvers. Now, here's a question is, who reviews, who approves, and how do we identify who gets whom? Let's see. We're gonna need... How do I do this? Okay, person. So let's say next. We'll say... So we have a title, we have a column. We're gonna go with approver 1. Do not allow multiple, require yes. So this is 1. And it's going to be reviewers. So, how many of you are familiar with SharePoint? Person or group. Allow multiple selections and require... No, it does not require. Ugh, yes. Wow, Lathius, are you going to be super sassy in here? Just give everyone admin and let them figure it out. Oh my god, Steger, you're a genius. Why haven't I thought of that? You got similar parts in all the right places. I'd say you did good. Thank you. Thank you. It had legs, it had arms, it had a face. Mine had makeup. So. Ugh, yes. Okay. Also, Sken, that was the perfect little dance for the song that was on before. It was pretty funny. Hello, Harry. Hi. So, let's do this one at a time, okay? So basically, when people fill this out, the idea is that they should be able to say, here's my approver and here are the reviewers that should get you before it gets to the approver. Those people need to sign it off. Then it goes to the approver, and then it should go on to the next. So theoretically, we're only going to do 2 levels here right now because otherwise it's going to get super complicated. But I'm making a request form for them in the most simplest way I know how. Save, add column, person. I will also spit out best practices at you because I like to. No bloody spaces or special characters or full language inside of a SharePoint column. You can rename your columns, but let me show you why you don't want to do that, okay? Also, if I get too preachy, just know this is what I do for work and I am often teaching people, so that's kind of where it comes from. So for example, I've made these, right? No, there's nothing important behind the chat box, Squid. So there's also nothing that needs to be hidden over there. It's just kind of the way that it is. The chat window hides your options. Right, okay, thank you. Okay, here, let's try this. Can I... Nope, not that. I mean, we could try that. It's gonna be really hard to see. You just renamed my column and now it's gone. Help. Hedekar. You're going into this line of work, so preach away? Heck yes. This might be too small. Hard to tell. But look. Oh, they're clapping for KBJ. Hello, KBJ. Welcome. Do marble columns still give a bonus? What is a marble column? Are you talking about video games in my very important stream? Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's see. So if I go into list settings, That was a rimroll joke. Oh my God, it went right over my head. This is, so my brain is in a different section right now. Okay, so like, okay, look at these names here, you see? If I click on one of them, you see how in the URL, and you'll see it in a second here, it's kind of tiny, but it actually says field approver 1. If I were to rename this to something else, like Hidekar is the approver, whatever it is, that field name is going to stay as approver 1. So the best practice here is always make your column name first. Make sure it's readable, short, makes sense, and has no spaces, no special characters. And then you can rename it. Okay? I'll zoom in when it's important stuff. I know way more about SharePoint than I do about anything else at this point, I think, because I deal with it so freaking much. But so, when somebody's filling this out, they also are going to need to upload an item. So they're going to have to be able to add attachments. The other thing I probably want to do is turn on my version history. Is SharePoint a video game? Kind of. Sort of. Hi, Watson. Power Automate is just a video game that people pay you to play. Kind of. Hi, Tucky. Hey, Tucky, what up? How's it going? Did you eat my sushi? I forgot my sushi at your place. I hope you liked it. What is the easiest way to convince others, low effort others, to utilize SharePoint? Invest in training and change management. And I know it sounds fluffy and disgusting, but it is the only way to do it. Make sure you get people trained. People do not understand how SharePoint is good for them if it's not set up correctly. Yeah, I did enjoy the Sodi pop. Yes, thank you, Tucky. I felt very heavy. The second movie, yes, I really liked Dark City. Like, I would have changed.
Damn good job.
So
damn
just for context for everybody else,
good job.
I went over to Tucky's and we watched 2 movies. We watched The Last Starfighter and we watched Dark City. And it was interesting. Can you give a very broad overview of setup correctly? Okay, so broad overview of setup correctly. So first things first, are you using Microsoft Teams within your environment? Because if so, that might change things. But for example, SharePoint is meant to be used with metadata, not with folders. You can use the folders, and of course it should still be here, but people need to know that that's there. Views should be set up by default. There should be a segregation between departments where they have collaboration areas. There should also be an intranet where they have share across areas. And then you should have probably project specific or center of excellence type content for subject matter experts to put their specific content in. It depends on your industry. But that's the start, because right now what we're seeing, and I'm sure lots of you have seen this, especially during COVID, is people panicked on having to suddenly work remote. And they created Teams folders for days. Like, everybody created Teams channels. Here's a team, you get a team, you get a team, you get a team, you get a team. Do whatever you want. There's no governance, there's no guidance, there's no naming. There's 6 of everything. It's awful. That's a really important part. With SharePoint, will the FCC let you be or let you be you so you will see? They tried to shut you down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me. No, I have not had that problem. It's called Agile. Shut up, Elias. Anyway, I'm going into my versioning settings. So for those of you who aren't familiar with SharePoint and you're used to like network drives, this is the main thing that SharePoint can do that makes it already, if nothing else happens, better than your network drive, okay? So it says create a version each time you edit an item in the list so that we can actually see the content happening. So if somebody comes in here and changes something, so let's say that I submit a request for an approval, and I say like, okay, I want this to go to Adele Vance, and I want it to go to Sharon. Who else do we have in here? These are all fake people, by the way. Is there a... No. Let's say, we can just even fill it out with all Adele Vance. Who cares? If I fill these all out, right, and I save it, and they're here now, caught in the list. I'm so sorry, Tucky, you got catfished by Microsoft data. Once this is changed, so for example, if I come in here and I go edit, and I say, no, shouldn't be that person, I'm going to be that person. no matter what it is, I can now look at the version history and I can see that my name, Ria S, changed it at this time and changed exactly this piece of metadata. Can we use the system to track cocaine sales? Oh my God, Ratmos, I was considering it, and then I realized that'll look real bad if I ever run Copilot in my tenant. Again, this is not my tenant, but this is a friend's tenant, and that friend is like a Microsoft regional director. It is, yes. Hello, Memo. Hi. It's Git tracked, like GitHub. You could absolutely track your cocaine sales. Yes, I would hide that though. But in any case, this is one of the great things about this, because. Veranda. Hi, Sel. Hello. It also works on documents. Now, there's a lot of other things you can do with documents inside of M365. You're going to hear me say that. That's Microsoft 365. We're no longer calling it Office. That's just how we refer to the online platform. Because you have co-authoring, and co-authoring is super cool. It lets you basically all work on the same document and see where each other are inside of that, while also retaining changes and conflicts. And you can see them in the history and reformat if somebody comes in and screws it over. It's not cocaine sales, it's powdered sugar. I like the idea, Rain, of pretending like the first version of Schedule 1 is tea. You know, the second version is like aura crystals. And the third version is just, you know, flour. Just flour. Something for everybody. Oh, I'm just getting comfy in I'm sitting on my foot. Let's see. Okay, so this is our first test. And basically, if we go into forms, let's see how this looks, because this is new to me, by the way. We can get everything in here that we want. So add a form title might be request and approval process. Oh, we can add a logo. Let's see, what is the dumbest thing I can put as a logo in here? Stuff. Images. Oh yeah, that works. Open. Perfect. Okay. It's Clippy as a biblically accurate angel. That works. Describe what the form was about. I don't need to right now. Snoot's Gem and Bakery Shop. Oh my God, it sounds so cute though. It sounds like a kobold shop. Biblically accurate. Have you not seen biblically accurate Clippy? Hold on. Where are we? It looks like you are afraid. Be not afraid. I am afraid. I am not afraid. KBJ, thank you for that gift sub to Alathius. Nothing deserves it. Thank you. Your favorite thing is comparing anything AI to Clippy? Yes, exactly. I was actually talking to one of my clients earlier and talking about making a Copilot agent to demo and just naming it Clippy. And I want it to talk like Clippy all the time, so. I am not afraid. Clippy would never hurt you, Ratmost. Also, Ratmost, I had a really fun time watching you and Haz and Mitchell and Farron playing Rock and Stone today. Name it Clorpy? Too close to Cloppy. Okay, so let's see. The title. The title is going to be name of the approval process. Oh no! Goodbye, Tucky. Have fun. Tell Guy I said hey. Back to work, KBJ. Snoot, are you afraid not? Yes. That is very Zam. Be as concise as possible. Sure. Whatever. We're doing this for whatever right now. This is also crazy that this is now inside of... Like, this is now inside of SharePoint, and it wasn't like a month ago, or at least I didn't notice if it was, so, you know. Approver 1. So we can say first... Whoop. That is not what I meant to do. First approver. first reviewers. These reviewers must complete before before the approval is wait, how do you even word this? Is the hard part, is the wording, and we don't want to futz around with this stuff right now. So just as an example for you folks, is we have the first approver, one person, and we have first reviewers. These reviewers must complete before the first approver receives their task. Okay? That's not required. The first approver is required. Second approver. What are we even approving and reviewing? Documents. The correct terms are approvinator and reviewister. Scrubs, I want to put that in so badly if it weren't for a government entity. After the first batch of reviewers and the approver complete, the second approver, well, you know what? This might be in a strange order, so let's just do this right now. Second reviewers. That's fine. And then we do have attachments required. I wish I could just say, like, please add only one file of any type to be reviewed. So there's a few things here. Ooh, themes. Hold on. Create your own style. Oh my God, how ugly can we get? This is, hold on. That one. That one. You approvinator this? Thank you, Terminated Pig. I approvinator of you. First responders is where the workflow hits the pavement. We should just call it the approval ambulance. Send form. Okay, copy link. Sure. Okay. Great. So now when people go to this form, it'll look like this. Now we can say the name of the approval process is fake contract agreement between Twitch and Snoop. Special characters are asked, so let's not do that. Between chat and Snoop. Twitch would never agree to anything. The first approver is going to be me. The first reviewers are going to be... Can I even log into it? I think they all have to be me. Can I put myself in here twice? Whoop. Nope. Only once. That's fine. We're only testing right now. Second approver, sure, doesn't matter. We just want one entry that can be in here ready to go, right? And then add an attachment. So... Desktop... Stuff. Oh my God, my stuff file. Test files! Perfect. Okay, and I'm going to submit it. So this is a list item coming through. So if we want to add 23,476 files for approvals, then what? Can I? Not right now, you can't. In the future, we hope to support that, but that would mean basically what that would require is if that becomes a requirement, we would want to give them a folder where they can go load their ass in there and then link to that. Is this me learning how to actually use Microsoft? I think that's what we're doing in here, right, Stu? That's right, Lennox. You're learning SharePoint. You're learning some Power Automate. SharePoint's a bit of a different beast because there's a lot to it. So for example, this is just what's called a list, okay? Inside of here, if I go to my site contents, we have what's called lists and libraries. Lists look like this little column situation, whereas libraries look like this. The only difference is that inside of a library, you're intended to have only files as opposed to like lines of text. So for example, in our approvals here, we have, well, our new fake contract agreement. And there might be an attachment, but if we go into documents, there are actually going to be files here or, you know, folders or whatever. Now, the first step that we're going to want to do inside of ours is try to determine what the best way to handle all these different requests are, and I haven't quite figured that out. I know that it can be easy to do, but I also know that there's the capability for these users to end and restart. So what I think we're going to want to do is probably use that as our tracking list, where they can see certain things but not all, and I'm not sure the best way to do that. I'm thinking right now, that we also want a, let's see, Oh, can I do it from existing list? I bet I can. List. From existing list. Perfect. Next. Not approvals. We want this to be approval tracking. We're not going to show it in the site navigation. SharePoint drives me bonkers. We use it for information at work, and when it comes to how to do things, and it's slow as molasses, even though they said they fixed it. Are you using SharePoint Online or SharePoint on-premise, Lanix? Free professional development hours. Exactly, Narwhals. And this is totally a thing that you guys can do, by the way. Like, if you have professional development, this does count. I am actually being helpful right now. There's a lot of things that drive people bonkers about SharePoint, and it's usually because it's not set up correctly. And I cannot tell you how often I go into an environment and people tell me, these are our SharePoint admins.
I like your boobs.
They never say that. They've never said that, Alathius. And I'll look and I'll ask them a really basic question, and they won't know. Because everybody thinks they know SharePoint. Because they've opened it and they've dropped a file in it. But that's not at all what it is. And it makes it really difficult. It happens a lot, though. Here are our experts. Oh, cool. Okay. So, tell me how you're how are you metadata tagging your pages right now so they come up in your highlighted content? What? What? What do you mean, what? You what? I've made this site. This is from the lookbook. So another thing SharePoint is doing really well right now is they are creating a lot of templates that you can just kind of get started with, because I think they've realized how bad most people are at graphic design of any caliber or organizing things. I don't even like this, but it's sample content that was easy to just load and put in here, so I did. But we're not even using any of this. This is just to land on. Oh my god, is this Microsoft Access? Nimble, get out. Hi, Nimble. How you doing? And also, legitimately, you guys, if you want to ask questions, please do. Also, Zuo asked, and I think as a joke, but I want to touch on this. Does chat get to put SharePoint expertise on their resume? You know what? If I actually did a SharePoint, a 2-hour training for SharePoint, you could absolutely put it on your resume, yes. And I could absolutely also do that over this. Now, it wouldn't be hands-on, but we could I could make little quizzes and stuff or something like that. That'd be kind of fun for me. Probably not for you. Just saying. All right. So here's what's happened so far. Okay. So we have our approvals list back here. They've attached an attachment to it. The person that we're pretending is here. Use the polls for quizzes. Ooh, I like that. I would watch you do 2-hour intro to SharePoint. Rad. That's one of the things I have as a goal for this year is to create a full SharePoint training package and then get it sold in the US and Canada where I can do it. I basically have it designed. I haven't actually created it, but I know the whole value of the product and why it's better than all the other ones out there. Stream title, chat gets homework. There will be a quiz. I mean, if you want me to quiz you, I will. I will pay you for your package. Oh, wait, I would pay for your package. Thank you, Witless. For a second, I thought you were hitting on me. Oh, okay, I would pay for your pack. Oh, you were. All right, good. Okay. Okay, quiz time. New poll. Had to double entendre that. Okay, thank you. Quiz time. Which is the correct column name? Let's see. Hold on. It takes me a minute to type this in. Okay, there's a poll up. It is a quiz. Good luck. You get nothing, you lose nothing. Thank you for your alert, Battle God. Okay. So fake contract between us. We've got the attachment. Great. So now we're going into Power Automate. Okay. So the way that this is going to work is we're actually going to do it as a Sorry, I'm laughing at you. So, yeah, I'm watching you all with my side eye. Where's the none of the above option? The internal field name for this kind of field. Oh, you just popped in for a quick hi. Okay. Canadian politic videos. Ew, Nimble. Okay. Have fun, I guess. So right now we're inside of Power Automate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go new flow. Now this is going to be what's called a an instant. Instant? No, automated. Automated, because the second when a new item is created inside of that list that we're watching, we want to act on it. So when an item is created, we're going to call it start approval process, I guess. We can change it later. You need to watch PP more cringe in the NDP. Oh no. Good luck, Nimble. Stay sane. Newbie, hello! Oh, we also now have Copilot inside of Power Automate, which is a thing. It's not always all that good. We can try. So let's see. When an item is created in the approvals list, copy out each individual. Well, copy it into the approval tracking list, and then run an approval task to reviewers that must be completed before approver 1 receives a task. Okay, let's call this reviewers 1. I don't think it's going to get this. This is too much, but let's see what it does with it. This is watching work. It is watching work, yes. Why would anybody volunteer to look at peepees? It's gross. Claro, hello. When do we get to blow up stuff? Constantly. Okay, so it is telling me, well, approval task reviewers 1, approval task review. Okay. It's not wrong. I mean, I don't know if this is the way I would do it, but it's fine. There's several different things that we could do. Now, before, the original requirement was a lot, I don't want to listen to this song right now. I always want to listen to this song. Never skip. Sorry. So, the original requirement was that we had approvers and we had viewers. So the reviewers never came into play. But now they do. And this is tricky. I mean, not like difficult tricky, just confusing tricky. Copilot is what happens when someone answers the question, how do we make Clippy more annoying? It is everywhere now. To its benefit, it did just give me pretty much what I need. Also, to answer your quiz, you are incorrect. Oh, is this my instrumental version of this? Yep. This is my instrumental version of Forgot About Dre, which means at some point it's just gonna go, Compton! I just like the music. Okay. In any case, who is incorrect? I forget what I voted for. So, in the quiz time, I asked, what is the correct column name format for a macaroni and cheese column? You want to keep it as short and simple as possible. If there is a known shortened form, you're probably going to want to keep to that because it does become part of your code if you're writing something in. So I would say that mac and cheese is correct, as opposed to macaroni and cheese. But of course, it also depends on your standards and your own internal governance, which, by the way, you should have. If you don't.
You text me what not am I free, and I reply yes. Full stop.
Snoot1 perplexed.
That's accurate. Hello, Rat King. I forgot. That is a very accurate, extremely accurate emote for today. Hello. Mac and cheese is what you voted for? Oh, okay. Now you remember. Uh-huh. I would name it mac and cheese, and then I would rename it. I would rename it to macaroni and cheese with no like with spaces. No spaces, no special characters. Yes, abbreviations. Yes, abbreviations are fine as long as they're well known. So mac and cheese is fine. If it's just like ABDM or like HYCYB, if not everyone in your organization knows to check their butthole, then maybe that's not the right acronym to be using. But if it is well known, or if it is a shortened form of a word like DEPT, D-E-P-T for department, also fine. Again, it all depends on your governance. So we're saying when an item is created,
Have you checked your butthole?
when an item is created, have you checked your butthole? You know what? I have not checked my butthole for a new thing I've created. I'm gonna put my site in here. Whoop.
All right, let's have some fun.
Actually, I'm gonna get the hell out of the
Time
new
to be
designer
crazy.
because I hate this. Save and switch. It doesn't want to save and switch. Cool. Switch without saving. Goddamn right. A Pokemon. Stantler. I have not, in fact, checked my butthole. I think HYCYB in our company's is in our company's moral guidelines. You think so? You'd be surprised. They have this really irritating little pull down the side. Anytime you like try to move out of it, and I try to keep submitting it because like maybe they'll not force me into it eventually. Doesn't seem to be the case. Also, it's only giving me radio options here, which is crazy. Do not, just go. Anyway, let's go back to Paint. Oh, right, it's Clippy. I once got a non-functional piece of code to fix where all the variables were single letters. Spuds, what did you do with that? That's awful. Do not comply. I always tell them everything is wrong. Unfortunately, today is my Saturday night, so sobriety, or lack thereof, is going to make this stream VOD viewing. Thanks, Watson. Take care. Have a good night. All right. Okay. So this is Stantler? Stantler. Okay. Stat. Where is it? Stantler. Normal. Okay, so I understand what, like, okay. I understand antler. I can see that. But Stantler? You've seen that in science math code all the time because they just name the variables after a math symbol. And that makes sense, but inside of like computer BS, it does not. It does not. Okay, so... Whoop. Whoop. Hi, Caffeine. Don't mind me, I'm just drawing a Stantler. If you're not naming your variable something descriptive and specific to the task, you are doing it wrong. Yep. And for me, it's also got to be prefixed with the type of variable you're using, but I use something very specific when I'm building, so it doesn't apply to everybody. Ordinary snoot activity. Yes.
perfect 10, but she wears a 12. Baby, keep a little 2 for me. She could be sweet 16, busting out of the seams.
Stantler's looking good. Am I close? Is this what the Stantler looks like? Let's make him a little fawn with like little spots on there. Okay, we can also give him spots on his forehead, which will look like, you know, H spots. Stantler from accounting. You got it. Yeah, he's from accounting. Now, what is his capability though? Like, what is his special power? Stantler. He has, I don't know, there's a circle on his head for some reason. And no, this is perfect. There's nothing else I can do here to make this better. So Stantler. Wait, what? This is like 1 for 1. What is with this thing's ass? I absolutely nailed it. Absolutely. That one kind of looks like a bulldog. Per Stantler's last email. I do like that snoot. It's kind of it's a good snoot, but I'm very curious about the tail. Also, when I was drawing it, I was thinking of the what's the name of the guy, the amusement park guy who dances? You know, who looks like the old man with the glasses? Where? Okay. Okay, so site address. Get out of here. Yes, thank you. Okay, the list name is approvals. Show advanced. Limit columns. No, we don't need to do that. New step. We want a copy list. So actually, I should slow down a bit in case anybody actually wants to learn stuff, which is a wild idea. But hello, Tonamel. The ass is what happens when the bubble gum doesn't. Maybe it's a prolapse. Should we get Cinder? Oh, Mr. Six is the old guy that he has a name? Cool. So if I go, I can go new step, and basically what I'm doing is I'm using, well, things I already know exist. If you're new to Power Automate, this sucks. Just putting that out there. This absolutely blows. If you don't know about this, because there's like all, and there's built-in, okay? So the built-in, they're still trying to push AI at you. This has been here for a really long time. AI Builder's been around for forever. But if you're not already familiar with these non-AI pieces, that's the first thing you're going to want to do is understand what pieces are here out of the box for you to use that aren't going to cost you any money. As soon as you see things like premium, that means it's going to cost an extra amount of money. You can get a trial, but that's basically your gateway drug. Like, you know how in Schedule 1 that you give them weed and then you can work your way up and they'll take anything? Same idea. That is also some premium ding-a-ling-a-ling. Gotta bust out the sugar again. There's connections to Power Pages, virtual agents, delaying, all that kind of BS. But there is a lot in here. Like, if you're ever curious about what it can connect to, you can come in here and just type like Workday. Oh, okay, Workday. See? What else? Like ArcGIS? There's a lot of connections in here. That's the money sound for a premium upgrade. Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, it's costly. Don't think it's not. You have to plan, but it can also be a really big, like if you're a big enough organization, that might save you way more money, that premium license, than it is to actually do that manually. So you have to do the ROI, as we call it, in the industry. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say copy to list. See, there's git lists, copy folder, copy file. There's all of these different things. Are we summoning Juffy? Oh, because I said ArcGIS? I'm so relevant to him right now. Okay. Copy. Copy folder, copy file. Is it gonna think it's a file? Copy item? I bet I could just also create item. Create item. Okay. Oh, Juffy, Master of Access. Wow, there's a title. What kind of crown would that look like? The silly sound after the phrase is mandatory to pronounce it correctly. It is. Any consultant words. I especially despise art of the possible. Okay, now as a consultant, I hear these all the time. And also I work with consultancies where they use them and they know how I feel about it now. So like art of the possible, ideate, synergize, vertical integration, solutioning. I hate it. I hate it so much. Yes, the Roy, I knew him before he added the, and it was still just Roy. Art of the possible. I hate it so much. Oh, Juffy, I have some incorrect topographic quadrangles here for you. It's the adulting. It is, and I will not play with jargon. I will not ever call anything art of the possible. I will show you what I got. You know, that's my art of the possible. Deep dive is another one that pisses me off. So we're creating an item. It's inside of the same site. So this is where I really love Power Automate versus something like Nintex, which is, by the way, I'm also a Nintex super user. So I can talk about that if that's on anybody's plate. Again, I want to copy it into a different list called approval tracking. And right now, all I'm going to do is copy. So what it's doing is as soon as I say, hey, it's this site, this list, it's going to bring forward those fields for me. Here's the beautiful part of Power Automate. Once I click inside of this field, it's automatically going to picture everything that's already been inside of the workflow. So it already knows an item's been created. So if I want to pass this information over, I can. So I can say, okay, well, this is the title, you know, approver claims. This is not what I want. Enter custom value. And then I'll go approver 1 claims. And the same with reviewers. Approver 2 claims. Approver 2 claims. Gotta make all the stupid noises. You know how it is. Oh, wait. Do I want this? I probably want this. Well, no, it has to be this way. Here's 2. Okay. And then also we're going to save that. Now, here's the other important part of this is you can rename these things. So if I want to rename everything, I can just go into this little triple ellipses and rename. I always keep the name, the original name of the action. So I can say copy into tracking list. But the next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to copy out the attachment. So I can go new step, get content, get attachment content. We know the site address. It's going to come up here. It's just this Rhea thing. That's me. It's my human flesh meat jacket name. Deep dive people at my work say that all the time. How do you feel about it, Skylarka? Because to me, it means somebody's going to spend a lot of time doing nothing. That's what it means to me. Also, how is the music volume? You guys good? Is this okay? Okay, so we're getting the attachment content from approvals. That's where it was submitted. The ID is from the original item that was created. And then the file identifier should be from the first part, so where is it? Get attachment content. File I don't have the file identifier for it. Wait, do I? Create item, copy into tracking list.
Paying attention all day tires me out.
normal. The volume is good. Am I okay is a different question. That's right, Zuo. I hope you are okay. We'll get Pigwood back, don't worry. You've got no doubt about that. Hey. You'd hate me in work mode, but I also work in finance and jargon goes fast and furious. Oh, I get that for sure. Where is my file identifier? I wish I could fold some of these up, but I cannot. I nominate you as the official successor to Clippy. You're welcome. Thank you, Potato. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. Okay, there's got to be something else I can do here because this isn't working. Attachment content. When an item is created from the approvals list, yes, we want the ID. Now, why is it not... Oh, you know what? I know what it is. This is gonna seem stupid too. We're gonna get item content. Get attachments? Hold on. Hello, Nox. It was good to see you this morning. Hello. Okay, list name is mine. This should work. This should work. Snoot said, nervously. We want to go to our ID. Okay, there it is. Okay, great. Now we're getting the attachments. Okay. So we're copying in, we're getting the attachments, rename from created, or from creation. We're getting the attachment and we're going to copy the content or add content. Well, no, we're not going to. We're going to create a folder. Now, how the hell do I do this? I don't see a no backseating tag, so I assume I'm allowed to point out mistakes. Yes, Killa, please enlighten us all. Also, I absolutely told you about this stream as a joke. I hope that was obvious. Stream gives you all the fun parts of work minus the middle managers and the bad vibes. Ooh. I just realized I got off work and then started watching someone do work. Is this being an adult? I mean, kind of. Except, like, there's music and I keep drawing, like, naked Muppets and stuff. So I don't know if it's quite the same. You know? Killa is absolutely a Power Automate expert. No doubt in my mind. He's just trying to, like, shark us all. Have you tried using Access to get what you need? No. Okay. So the next thing we're going to want to do is create a folder. Because we need to store that attachment somewhere, right? So I'm going into my site again. I am finding the library I created. That's where we can store our files. So I'm going to just call it uploads. Is that what I called it? I think so. Did someone other than me make you draw a pinup Muppet? Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, I just called it uploads here, so that's fine. Folder or path. Okay, so now we have to give it a name. Here's the question, though. What is an idea of a name that will be unique, short, easy to remember? Now, we're going to delete it after the approval is done, but this could happen several times. So... Snoodle dude. No. We could. Does the number matter? I guess we could call it the title. It's gonna be horrible, but I don't even know if we care right now. Let's get it right, and then we can. Since everything will already be connected through, if we change one of these things, it doesn't really matter. Hey, we're creating a new folder. Create file. This is the weird thing. This is the super weird thing to me about Power Automate, is you never just, like, copy a file. You get content, and then you create file. Longface makes a great name. That's true. That's true. Snoodle-oodle. I don't think I can put that into an actual... application somebody wants to, probably maybe use. I wonder how long it would take to get called out for that, or to be questioned about it. Like, I don't know. You're making me wonder if I could just hide things like that. Killadrix being like, hello, Snoot, what's happening? I'm gonna need you to come in tomorrow if you could be around at 9. 9? That's 6 my time. Disgusting. Snoodle-loodle sounds like someone's first AOL. You are very correct, and I love that. Because I would absolutely have used it. You act like customers read things like that. Oh, I'm aware. Create new folder. Okay, create file. Okay, so the site address is the same as before. Folder path. We already had this folder path because we created the new folder up above. So we can just browse to it. Kind of. But it won't be forms. It will be title. Not live, Daft Punk. Not when I can't put it like as loud as humanly possible. Yes, you can listen to this with me. Whenever I want to do something silly, I make it an acronym. Have you checked your workflow? Skeet up, put it up, workflow. I feel like this gives us the opportunity for another point redeem where you ask to be added to the fake SharePoint list as a fake user to get sent all the fake documents. Oh, I kind of love that idea. I bet they'd think Snoot was an acronym. Synergizing necessary organizational opportunities. Is the last part there. Do you know how many times I have had to rewrite again an email so I don't come off as bitching? Rufus, you know the best way to do that is type your email as bitchy as possible and then put it into ChatGPT and say, please rewrite this as someone who can control their emotions. It works well. A lot of times I'll do that and just say, make it bullet points, make it clear and concise. If I'm too enraged, it will absolutely come through my tone. I cannot stop it. I mean, you guys have seen me type in chat. You know that I don't slow down or think. It just comes out, and then I look like a spammer. I look like I'm about to offer you graphic art services. It's awful. File name. The name of the file is, well, we got the attachment content, so let's do that. Ooh, I might get to show you something that everybody hates about this. The file name, the absolute URI. Yep, there we go. So see how it turns into apply to each? Even if you only have one, it is always going to do that. There is no way around it. I mean, there is, if you know you're going to get one every time, you can just JSON it right to say, just choose file 0 and skip it. But in this case, I'm just going to do it like this. The file content. Where is my content? I'm missing something. But start thinking about how you would draw Power Automate as a mup. What? That's impossible. Hi, Tab Girl. How are you doing? A really good Excel sheet is graphic art service. It is, though. Like, the amount of Excel sheets I've seen, so many things shouldn't even be Excel sheets, but still, they are. You're about 95% of the typing you do here is on mobile. I'm lucky to have skilled thumbs. I'm always on PC. I'm always on PC when I'm talking in chat because I type way too fast. I need to get that out of my brain. Tap Girl, we talked about... No, that's Tap Girl. Not related. Different kind of bathtub girl. Not a faucet. Do you build these streams for your Microsoft teaching thing? Because I think someone at Microsoft having to view this would be hilarious. No, I'm not an MVP, Terminator. I'd like to be someday, but I know it would take a lot of work to do that. Now, lucky for me, I seem to still kind of have like I have some people watching this for whatever reason. You know, it depends on what I'm doing and what's going on, but there's still people watching, so that might mean eventually I do use it to get MVP, but we'll see. I don't know if they'd even... It depends. Hello, this is Snoop. May I suggest you power automate your file tree for a deep dive? If you do, I can send you a Muppet graphic arts categorized in a MySQL database. Let me send you this art as a blob. Honest question. While talking to people in chat format, how often do you get people honestly not responding to you because you type through things fast and they give up trying to keep up with you? Oh, every so often. Every so often. There are some people where I know I can't do it because there's a lot of people that read backwards. They look at the most recent conversation and then they go backwards, and the way I've learned how to type does not work that way. You have to start at the top and go down. So if you don't know to read 3 lines up first, my messages don't make a lot of sense, but some people just get used to me. So get file when I get attachments from creation. I got the attachments. So that's stored. And then we're creating a file from that. Where is my file content? I have to think about how to do this. Power move, I just don't read. It leaves my friends very confused. As a streamer? My backwards reading will not be stopped. About the EMA, with the Skype integration, will IPs of users leaked by more programs inherently? Skype integration? Oh my god, I haven't said the word Skype in years. Do you remember Lynx? Was it Link or Lynx? Who remembers? This is an Access family. Thank you very much. Remember? Yes, I remember MSN. That's one of the things that you can throw at me. Also, I have not updated the charity image yet. Just, you know, I still owe Ilmern a kitchen. Okay. Get attachments. There's got to be a better way to do this. I don't like this. But I have to. So we get the attachments. Let's see what it gives us. Okay, so let's test. We're going to manually test. And we're going to go into approvals. I'm actually just going to, let's see. We'll add a new one here. Fake agreement between Snoot and chat. Prover 1 is me. Prover 2, or Reviewer 1 is me. It's me all the way down until I have test users in here. I don't have the access to the users is the problem. So attachment-wise, I'm just going to do this. Save. Here's what I really like about Power Automate, though. So it's testing right now, which means it's watching, and it's saying, okay, we're going to run this once and see what happens. So right now it's saying it's already failed. Well, why? It does a really good job of telling us why. It says the create item copy is not valid, error details. The API does not allow writing a value parameters for the display name. Okay, so it doesn't like display name. Approver 1 claims reviewers 1. Approver 2 claims reviewers 2. And it actually gives us the output, which is neat. Okay. Reviewers 1, 0 display name. Oh, I wonder if I don't have a display name? No, I do. I do. Okay. Okay, let's try this. This may not work the way I want it to. Yeah, because this has to be... Because it's a group of people. How is that going to work? Oh no, Rufus, what have you done? Hi, Ormagan! I mean, the chat format, it's super helpful to pause and get a lay of the land, or so to speak, which is helpful now that Twitch will show the last, like, 30 or 40 chat messages in the load. I agree, yeah. It's weird to always load it backwards, right? Power Automate is always watching. It is. Note self, save $25 to send Snoot to make a pony wall looking into the kitchen. But when you say pony wall, what I mean is a wall that's actually a pony. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Just a horse? Why do we have walls when we could have horses? I'm trying to figure out... Claims. This is correct. So why is it failing on reviewer 2? Do we have Adele in there? Hold on. Is it because of Adele? Let's try this out of curiosity. So here's another thing about SharePoint you might not know. You can go into Quick Edit and you can edit it the same way that you would edit a Excel list. And then I can use this and I can just pull it across, exit grid view, and then we're updated. Now what I can do is save. You need to go sort out a workflow pipeline. Ooh, have fun.
Let's have some fun. Time to get crazy.
I don't know how to. Rulefish. Giselle, hello. Snoot doing this genuinely makes me glad I went to art school instead of New York. You know what's funny is I was saying the other day how happy I am that I ended up here instead of doing art, because I almost went to art college. I was kind of going between, oh, I could do English or I could do art, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do either, so I'll just do nothing. Also, it's expensive and I don't have money. So that was a part of it too. So let's test this again. We're going to use automatically with a recently used trigger. This is the one that ended 3 minutes ago, so I can just test it that way, which I love. It's still failing. Okay. So it's not Adele. And it's not, is it me? Display name. Yeah, no, I have a display name. I'm good. And the reviewers claims display name 1. Yeah. Reviewers 1. Okay, it's captured as one person. Or Pinup Fozzie if you missed it. What do you mean missed it? Does not allow writing a value for parameter display name. It's read only. Oh. Well, doesn't that mean I'm gonna have to stack them then? That's stupid. I don't want to have to build a JSON block. Yeah, it wants me to just give it the claims. The clamps. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I super hate that, actually. Yeah, no. Get lost. Get out. That's fine. We will start here. This is more than enough. We're good. What do you mean by, okay, you added a Pinup Fozzie after you said you didn't know how to do Power Automate as a Muppet. Oh, I saw the Power Automate come through. You are the controller. You are the art breaker. Also, Cinder, hello. Thank you for letting me watch you repeatedly stab a piece of cloth. You'll make a vassal to a feudal warlord and apostle. Yeah, you have skills for use. I am the Power Automate. Excuse me? I would love to be. It's been so long since I've been in here too. I've been working so much in Nintex, rarely any Power Automate at all. Power Automate is a Muppet? All right. Okay. Oh, right. We did that. Yeah. That's me talking to you about Power Automate, Cinder. You're like, yeah, that sounds right. Yep. Can I put sugar on it to make it less huge? You can't. You can't. Only prolapses. Maybe other things. I don't know. What else can you put sugar on to decrease the size of it? Oh, seeing what was done last and going, yes. Remember the fun we've had today? Memories. Cocaine? I wasn't paying attention. No, probably not. Does sugar shrink slugs like salt does? Is a slug like a prolapse? All the spreadsheets are on G Suite, and why are they on Google? I mean, I don't have anything against Google. Decrease sugar with more sugar. There's your daily tip from Clip Owl. You assumed it made them go fast? Is sugar like slug speed? Okay, Power Automate Muppet. Well, first things first. Power Automate Muppet. I'm thinking about like the logo, but Power Automate. You have many things against Google? Why is that? There's a dragon mascot for the Power Platform. I think his name is Pasco, the Power Platform dragon. He's weird though. You're anti-corporate and you're against Google and not Microsoft, or just both? I'm making him a little bit Kermity. There's a difference? I mean, okay. You had nothing against Google per se until they removed the do no. Oh my God, that's a good point. Yeah, and that's a weird thing to remove because wouldn't you want to, like, what? That's scary. That's like some super villain BS. Okay, apparently this is frog-like. That's fair, Goat. Thank you. Why would you remove that? That's like saying we want to do evil. It absolutely is, yeah. Let's see. If Power Automate were an animal, I think it would be a beaver. You know what's funny? Do you ever have those thoughts come in your brain where you're like, why did I just have that thought? That's really stupid. I just got the thought in my head of, maybe I'll stream tonight. I think it's because I'm not playing a game right now. It's because I'm like drawing and playing Power Automate. My brain's kind of like, oh, we're not streaming. We're just talking to people while drawing a crazed Power Automate beaver. I should stream while I should stream while I stream. You know, something for everybody. It's so much nicer to just do stuff while streaming that's not gaming. It's interesting though. Like, I mean, like I've said this before, is I have absolutely no expectation, I guess, of people to show up and watch this because it's well, not that I have any expectation regardless, but like as normal, because this is very strange. Like, I think it's important for some people, if they're in a corporate environment, they don't know anything about these things, it can teach them a lot, get them some promotion if they want to hustle, you know, but it is kind of a strange thing. Word, Excel, Access, all tucked away down here. SharePoint, PowerPoint. The graph. Something else that starts with P. Teams. More SharePoint. He's got uppy eyebrows, you know? You love watching weird non-gaming streams. You like doing them, but you have a hard time thinking of other ideas to do. Skylarka, I watched Cinder for like 2 hours today, cross-stitching one part of a cross-stitching thing. Just listening to music, chatting a little bit, you know? It was very chill, and it keeps me very calm when he's doing that, and I'm watching, like, I'm in a meeting. Because then I also, you know, now I've started just complaining to him about the meetings I'm in, so that helps too. I think this is the best I can do right now for a Power Automate Muppet, but Rufus, I promise you this. If I think of another way to do this, I will. Because I like the idea of having a Power Automate Muppet. 2 hours does really only translate to like one section. It looks like it takes a bloody lot of work though. I follow several people that regularly stream programming, and let me tell you, a lot of people backseat programming streams. Really? Like, you should use tabs instead of spaces or something? Change the cross-hatching on its hips to Excel sheets. No, because then it will look like it has a cutie mark. You're gonna put me into My Little Pony territory. Not that that's a problem. Oh, that reminds me. I told Killa that I would clean up the Killadrix Pokemon we made. So that he can have, and it'll be nice and clean, and, you know, clean lines. I look forward to doing that, actually. Okay. We're going to clear out these things for now. This is all fine. Create a new folder. Okay. We're going to then, new step is the approval. Start and wait for an approval. Now this is interesting because it's start and wait for an approval of text. What the hell is that? That's new. This is another, okay, this is one of the issues I have with cloud products is they update out of bloody nowhere and it is so hard to keep up with them. Like even in SharePoint. SharePoint has a really cool new feature, by the way. Let me show you because I'm excited about it, which is going to mean nothing to you guys, but anyway, if I edit this page, it's really easy to edit SharePoint, by the way. If I want to add a new section, I can do that, and I can make this new one called Flexible Section. So basically, let me show you the other way. If I create a new section and I say 2 columns, you can see that I have two columns in here. I can add anything I want in here. I can say, okay, I want some text. Hi, chat. I want it to be bold. I want it to be, you know, super big. You know, maybe it's a color or something. Apply font color. Red, sure, beautiful. I can put something else over here. I can say like, oh, I want some quick links. I want to add a link to Google. I want to use a library of, you know, custom images. Maybe it's a pin, sure, select. And I want it to say Wazzle Woozle, you know, whatever the hell. It can be literally anything. You also have all these different ways to look at it, a film strip, tiles, if you like that instead, that kind of situation. Wait, for real, Rat? It's really easy to edit SharePoint. Many internal comms people disagree. I know, because nobody has proper training on what to do. Nobody has ever given proper training in this goddamn thing, and it drives me insane because it's such a good product if it's used correctly, and it's a trash-ass product if it's not. And yet, you know, I don't know. It makes me mad. Anyway, let's put another one in here just so you can see. So let's edit this one. This one can be, I don't know, Twitch. Well, everything should just be answered by AI, right? Like, why don't I just ask AI how to do it? Ask AI how to make this. Because AI can't, it's not going to train you. It's not going to just do it. Well, not yet. It's not going to do it for you. In any case, you can see here that I can add these things, but you can see I can't grab the sides of my web part. That's what this is called, and shrink it. You know, I can't move it lower if I want to, all that kind of stuff. But now what we have is this new section called Flexible, where I can take this and I can move it in and I can resize it and I can put it literally anywhere. And I love it because it gives me, well, for one, it gives me more area to be creative, but also it gives clients a lot more ways to look awful, but they haven't really noticed it yet. So what is the base function of SharePoint? To pull documents and files and present information in an organized fashion while also presenting with metadata that you can use to filter and sort your data in important ways. One of the biggest things to me for SharePoint is the fact that you're going to have people who disagree on how things should be organized. So sure, you can have folders. You can have folders organized by each department, say. But let's say you want to pull back all the policies across all of your departments that have folders for some reason. You can't do that right now. What you would need to do is open each department, open their policy folder if they happen to have one, and copy those all out. In SharePoint, if they're tagged as policy, all you have to do is say, make me a view that ignores folders and just shows me things tagged as policy. And that is a huge, huge thing for some of these really big companies. There's also some really good search capabilities that it has that have to be set up, but you have to be using it correctly. So that's the thing. Does it mess up all the formatting? No, it doesn't seem to. Nope. Just sits right in the middle. It's only full length right now. Obviously, that's not a very good indication of it, but I have had a lot of pages where I want to have something in the center. It's slightly bigger than what the center section will allow, or column, and so I use it. Basically a file aggregator. Kind of Cinder, sort of. But for example, like this is a SharePoint site where I might land to talk about and keep files about a specific project or a specific thing I'm trying to understand or learn with the rest of the people I'm working with. They might not be external to everyone, so it might just be my project team that needs this stuff. So there's permissioning as well. As someone who's probably becoming IT at my job, this is good info since we use SharePoint. Unspeakable, if you need any help at all, you let me know. I'm more than happy to answer any SharePoint questions. I'm a SharePoint consultant. I work on SharePoint every single day of my life. And I know a lot about it. But again, I will tell you that a lot of the times, the biggest issue is people not setting it up correctly or really knowing what it is. Slack is owned by Salesforce. What? For real? I do see SharePoint used a lot in the healthcare spaces, Cinder, but it's not like... It would be more like for learning all of the different medical documentation you might have, tracking your medical certifications, having conversations, maybe having communities, internet stuff. Let's see. One thing I tell all my juniors, don't get AI to write your code, get AI to explain it. Since English is the lingua franca of the comp sci world, this has had a huge impact. Oh. You use Teams for a lot of that stuff? So Teams is on top of SharePoint, actually. So here's a thing. Is this gonna split? No, it doesn't split. Okay. I'm just checking. Okay. Just making sure. This is all fine. Checking. Oh, there's no Teams in here. There's no Teams in here because it's a fake tenant. Okay, it doesn't matter. But yeah, Teams is SharePoint. Yeah, Teams is the top. SharePoint is the bottom. Exactly, Cinder. And OneDrive is the asexual. That is off in the corner by itself. Does your Tapir nose ever get annoying since you talk with your hands? Yes, I flap it. But it's a dick. Well, it's half dick, half Tapir. It's a whole thing. Anyway. Classic OneDrive behavior. The cuck chair is for OneDrive. God, why? What have we done? Nobody likes access. I need Teams because there is no I in team and no one can blame I for anything. Okay. So the approval. Title. Suggested text. Specify suggested text to approve or modify. I don't understand this. So this is super brand new. I think it's just like asking you to approve like a sentence. It's not what we want. OneDrive is standing above the pit going, it puts the files in the shared network drive. No. No. I mean, OneDrive is good if you're going back and forth between a PC and a laptop and maybe you're going offline for whatever reason. Otherwise, I don't touch it. I have used it for things. I just, Funny thing is that SharePoint is the biggest game changer in my workplace. They started using it officially when I started working there, and I'm thankful that since before SharePoint, they were looking through people's information physically. Oh, God. Yeah, Maple, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with that to automate it, too. Power Automate is part of most of the licenses that are associated. I'm going to start and wait for an approval. Oh. Whew. Hiccups, hold on. Okay, I think I'm good. All right, approval type. Approve, reject, everyone must approve. Now this is gonna be interesting because essentially what we're gonna wanna do is say, if it's rejected, it needs to go back to the original initiator. That's all fine. The issue I'm going to have here is what we're building should eventually end up with the person who, pardon me, let me rephrase that. We're only doing 3 people in here as a test, as an example, like a demo. What they actually want is up to 10 people. Hey, Snoot, you're not a fish. Don't tell me what I'm not. Step 1 after installing Windows 11, disable OneDrive, Cortana, and any language learning. Yes, I agree with that. I do agree with that. You've had a code change at work. Unfortunately, it's not 1500 line changes big. It touches all files in the code base because the entire code is questionable. Oh, good. Technically, we're all fish. Are we, though? Title for the approval. We're grabbing the title. Assigned to. It's going to be assigned to the... well, it should be assigned to the email addresses. It should be assigned to the reviewers first, but let's just get something out here. So we're going to say, please approve the following file, which is identified below. Item link, that's going to be to our folder. And then the file requiring review or approval. Advanced options are just around like attachments. So this is weird to me because like if you want an attachment directly to the approval, you can do that. I would much rather have it all in one place since people are going to be opening it, potentially commenting it, putting their signatures on, whatever else. There's also notifications and reassignments. So I can send that. So let's save that. Let's see what happens. You remember when you became an IT assistant at your high school the day after you graduated, and you had to manually back up all the teachers' shared folders? Oh God. Any non-IT person would be surprised what people keep on their work computers. I don't know. I think a lot of people know how bad folks can be about that. So many cat pictures, so many personal things, resumes, copies of cover letters that they've sent out to other people. I can post a video on Discord later. It's an interesting watch about the evolve out of a clade, and since we evolved from fish, we are technically fish. What's a clade? People are dumb as hell is the problem. They don't think about it. Try this. Actually, I should open Teams because theoretically it should ping me in Teams with its approval. And I can show you how it looks. So it's going through, it's creating the new folder. You can see it's doing it. It's copying the item to the tracking list. Now it's going to start and wait for an approval. You legit have to yell at your friends to not apply to other companies via their laptop. Yeah. See, I'm lucky because most of the jobs I've had, I've used my personal laptop and they don't have access. I would never permit access to any of my stuff. If you want me to use your company laptop, I'm not working for you. Screw it. I don't like being held down like that. Okay, so start and wait for an approval. It is running. Am I going to get a little ding-a-ling in here? No. Where's my ding-a-ling? What if I add approvals? I love that it's second, even though that's the actual approved task in here. Okay, here it is. Fake agreement between Snoot and Chat. Status requested.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Thank you. This is one place I can see it. Look how ugly it is, though. So this is one of the reasons I want to demo this before going on all the way down this path with these people, is because there's certain things we can control and some things we can't. This is the way the task looks. It says it's requested by me. It's pending a response from me. There's comments, so I can add my comments to it. Here's the file. Did you attach it? Why are you showing it as an attachment? That should be taking us directly to the file. Okay, if there were a file in there. So it's a folder. So we want to reword it, you know, that kind of stuff. Add the comments. There's more actions, so you can cancel a request because I created it. You can follow up on it, send out more notifications. You can reassign it. The other thing that I want to look at is the capability to delegate, because there is now supposedly an out-of-the-box default delegation being run by Power Automate, and I haven't seen it yet. Because theoretically, what I should be able to do is set my out of office on, and it should delegate, but I don't even know where to set who that goes to. But this is where it shows up. It would usually show up in my activity feed. It's probably also in my mail. Let's see here. I think I have a mail account on this. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So yeah, it gives me the approve reject right within the email, but it's still like, it's not customizable unless I completely detach it from being an approval, which I could do, you know, and then not rely on it. But there's so many out of the box functionalities that I want to use that I should leave it there. Also, we have an ad coming up in 3 minutes. All right. So, okay. So what I can do here is I can click this open and I can say, approve. And that'll end the flow. And then I got dinged because my thing was approved. So right away, we are learning about change management. Because if this is implemented, this type of thing, and people are suddenly getting ding-donged all through everything they own, that's a problem. So you also need to know where you're going to ding-dong people, because it is overwhelming. Now, if you're not familiar with Teams, you have all of your settings here where you can go through to your notifications and activities, and you can turn on, off everything, and you can customize it. So even in an area, I don't have Teams in here because it's just, like, again, it's not a real environment. Per channel, you can customize the notifications that you get. So if you don't want to get anything from it, turn it off. Done. Easy. But a lot of people don't take the time to come in and do this, and then they complain about it. So don't be that person. I know by default it should show everything off, but that's not how life works. So, ding-a-ling-a-ling. Hi, Moist. Thank you for your lurk. Oh, you slurk now. Okay. Thank you for your night slurk. Oh. Hi, Magic Mike. Hello. How's it going? How you doing? Marvel Rivals. What character do you play? Subby. Hello. Welcome. We're doing nerd stuff over here. Also, we're about to go into an ad. I apologize. It's in 40 seconds. You have to feed cats. Run away. Feed the cats. Thank you so much. Hi, Antonelli. Hello. Ooh, hydrate. Thank you. I was just talking about Teams notifications and how when you're doing any kind of process, it's important to consider where people are going to be notified and in what style and how much control you have over it, right? Because it's one thing to say, yeah, I want approval to go out. Do you? Do you know everywhere it's going to appear? Where they're going to see it? What they have to know? Do you know what you can control and what you can't? The way it looks, the way it reads? In any case. So this is a very, very simple, straightforward approval goes out. Now, this is not our goal for today. Our goal is to get this going for at least 3 approvers with in association, a set of reviewers. And what I'm trying to figure out is there a clean way to do this as opposed to saying 1, 2, 3? I suppose what I could do is make some form of a loop and then split out approvers and reviewers, count the amount, but there's no, unless it's been changed, I don't think there's a repeating section capability in any of our forms. I should check actually, because they've been making updates. That would be amazing. I would be surprised, but let's see. Approvals. It's a great song. I love this song. It's such a sexy song. Like the bass is so good, or whatever that sound is in the background. Humans are sapiens, great apes, primates, placentals. Did you call me a placental? Mammals, theridids, reptiles, jawfish, fish, vertebrates, animalia, Eurocrites. Did you call me a Eurocrite? So there's forms right now. Is there a way to make a repeating section? No, of course there's not. So, your face is a crate. Wow. A milk crate? What kind of crate? Crates are neat. Settings, accept responses, notify me, message when form is submitted. Oh, SharePoint, please eventually give me repeating sections. Like, you can do it through Power Apps, but that's not what we want to do. That would have made things a little bit clearer. Through here, though, we can only do approver 1, approver 2, you know, etc. like that. So, now I'm wondering, you are a tapir blocked word hybrid, not a human. I am a dick tapir, not the other way around. Dick first. And I know, it's very strange because earlier in someone else's chat, I said, oh, in Cinder's chat, in fact, I said the word twatty and dick. And Automod was very upset about dick, but did not care about twatty. And I'm like, what? Why? Hold on, I need... Sure. Dick Pier? if you insist, if you really want to. Hi, Keith. All right. Okay, so what is the way to do this? If I'm gonna have to collect reviewers, okay, so here's my main thing right now, is I want to know if there is a way for me to easily tell them that I need their approver and reviewers at each level, could be up to, let's say, 10, up to 10 levels, without using a repeating section, without connecting to Power App. I can't do it. Okay, so we're gonna go forward with this in any case. So we have our approver reviewers. We have 2 versions. I do need to figure out why it's bitching about the display name not being there. Also, I need to be able to copy them over. So if I go into our site contents, we have the approval tracking here. I'm going to edit in grid view, and I'm going to say we'll put both of us in here in both situations. Now, what I would like to do, and the reason, if it doesn't make sense as to why I'm kind of like hesitating here, it's if I continue down this path, it means I'm creating a start and wait approval for each one of these and hard coding, right? That's gross. Whereas instead what I could do is make a collection of all the approvers, count the approvers, and then I could figure out the reviewer column name from there. And I think that would be cleaner and easier to modify. But it's effort. You know, I think that's the only way I can do it too. But then there's gonna be a few things that we have to track. Okay. I'm thinking through the options. But Snoot, how can you confuse people in the future if you don't hard code? It's a good point. The eternal struggle of I could do this with a hammer or I could spend 10 times as long to do it in a way that I won't hate myself. Exactly, Subby. Exactly. And I know that this particular client, they're saying 3 right now, but I know they want like 10. And I would rather just have a clean version of it too. So delete. Okay. Step 1. Let's get these things working. So if I run this, let's go, how am I going to do this? Let's do parse JSON? Sure. This is one of the best things inside of Power Automate, by the way. It helps so much because I don't write code. It's not what I do. For the parse JSON, I can point it at a full blob of JSON content, whatever you call it, like body, and I can give it a schema. Now, the cool thing about it is that once you actually run one of these jackasses, let's just do this. Let's do a compose. You can drop it in there and it will just pull it out as fields for you. You hear sellout. You do. Do you like Real Big Fish? I guess this makes sense since I'm doing a Microsoft stream, but I'm not sponsored. Ooh, maybe I can get sponsored by Microsoft. Do I want that? I don't feel like they would sponsor me knowing what I talk like, you know? I don't, doesn't seem realistic to me. Okay, so let's test it. Now, you might be asking, like, okay, but why are we testing something? We're doing nothing. Because it's going to let us look at the JSON and see what it actually wants from us. As soon as I open this thing up, I can download the outputs, and it gives me everything I need. So I can control C this. Now, it's a lot of content, right? But really, it's telling me every single thing that goes through, which I super appreciate. I very much appreciate that. So from here, I'm curious, if I do parse JSON, content, where's my body? There it is. Generate from sample, paste, done, and then it automatically makes this schema for me, so I don't have to do it. It figures it out, right? So from there, I can be like, okay, here's all the different things from my schema that I've just pulled out. Job title, picture, approver claims 1, email, picture, job, reviewers, data type. Okay, where is my attachment? Does it name it that? Has attachments, yes, no. That should be yes. So let's make sure we put attachments. So compose is basically a log to history. So we're aware of that. File, URL, file name with extension. Let's see if that comes through. Okay, we'll test. Oh, I love this song, but it gives me this weird, uncomfortable nostalgia. This new person has asked for a sponsorship. Let's check them out. Is that Gonzo? Why is she drawing Gonzo like that? I mean, how many other people are out here streaming Power Automate and Copilot training? I would love to actually be able to do Copilot training, but I can't because they don't allow you to do Copilot in a development environment. You're not allowed. You can't even buy a license to do it. It's crazy. Anyway. Oh, okay, so this is empty. Why do you think you're empty? You're not empty. Interesting. All right. Don't you need 40 tops or something to run it? I thought MPU was a hard ask. Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know what the requirements are. It would cost them like 10 or 20K. Seems like an easy choice. I am super positive about Microsoft. I mean, sponsoring me, I don't think they would pay me. I don't know what that would look like. Maybe at some point I poke them about it, but I have to do this a little bit more often, I think. Remember, some of you will remember way back in the day. Way back in the day. I used to do Power Automate Thursdays. I think that's when I did it. And then I started ending up on the track to partner, and then I got rid of them because it would drop. Like the number would drop so significantly. And now I don't care. So this is interesting though. So when an item is created, approvals, we're running it. We know it has an attachment. So why isn't it telling us it has an attachment? Okay. So body headers approve item. Item. Okay. Retry location. I'm gonna try something else. Get rid of these guys. Okay. Delete. Okay. So if I go get attachments, this is what I like about Power Automate, by the way, is, oh, there's a get attachment content, but I don't have the file identifier. It doesn't work unless I have value that can be used in files. Oh, you say? Okay, list name. I'm doing this backwards right now. What's funny is, like, I feel so stunted because I've done such interestingly complicated things in here, and I'm just trying to get myself back on that list, you know? Just trying to get myself back in here to have it make sense. But it comes back slowly. Save. Okay, let's try that. Snoot Excel World Cup team. Oh, I could not compare to those people. I know how to make I can make a pivot table. I can teach you guys how to pivot table if you want, you know? But the other stuff that people do with mortgages, crazy. Isn't not caring so freeing? It is. I just hope that people don't get pissed off at me, you know? I mean, I guess I shouldn't worry about that either, because I'm giving you education for free. All these forms just give me what I really want. The raw code.
It was
It's
the
back
best
there.
of times. It was the blurst of times. You
Monkey.
stupid monkey.
Hello, monkey. Hi. Okay, so it found the attachment. Oh, okay, so then if I go edit, new step, create folder, what are we approving? Anything. That's the problem. They want a workflow that will let them have they want to put, somebody here is going to get this reference. They want all of the 1,000 cans they just bought put into one bag, and they don't want that bag to be heavy. Pivot tables are for nerds. All my homies use XLOOK. Look, they both have their own reasoning. Monkeys, are you a Power Automator? You should definitely teach us to pivot table. Oh my goodness. It's so easy though. It's so easy. It's like 3 clicks.
All right, let's have some fun.
Uh-oh.
Time to get crazy.
Okay, create new folder. Let's just do this real quick. What the hell's a strudel? Extra dimensional storage seems to be called for here. Always. Uploads folder path is going to be called... I do need to figure out a schema for this, though. This is going to be something important. And also, all these folders are going to get locked down, too. A strudel is a strudel. Oh, okay. Seeing as I left my programming job and ended up at Acme, you just hit me with 2 analogies in one sentence. Imagine, though. Imagine being, like, OSHA at Acme. That'd be a great time. Folder path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's got to be something. I'm not thinking of it. We could, like, shorten. Hold on. Add an action. Compose. Compose. Okay. Expression. I want to remove. So this is a regex. So replace. Inside of Power Automate, regex is called replace. It's the same. Well, it's not completely the same thing, but it's enough. So replace. Give me the thing again. Replace text string, old text, new string. Okay. So we're replacing our dynamic content of title. We're replacing space with no space. Okay. And then we're going to rename this Again, best practice. Keep the name of the action there. I just put a hyphen or something, and then I say what I'm actually doing in it, which is I am clear spaces from title, create a new folder, and then we can reference the output from that variable that we just created. It automatically creates that variable. They call it a compose. It's the same goddamn thing. It's just in a box. Okay, so that's going to do that. All right, I'm just going to hit save on that. Let's go draw a horrible, horrible creature. Oh, right. I think actually, coming back to it, Power Automate Beaver might make sense. What else is like process? Yeah, beaver. You chop wood down, you slam it into a lake. It makes sense. It's like a data lake. My goodness, I was witty without meaning it. I love when that happens. Oh, in a forest. Like, wait, do they still call Active Directory a forest? Pivot tables are easy. Unpivoting tables is a different story. You never unpivot. You never unpivot. You never go backwards. True. Dull. Poison. Normal. How can you be poison and normal at the same time? That makes no sense. I almost typed in noodle. It's easy if you Power Query. Yes. I used to use a lot of Power Query, and now I haven't used it in a decade. Or not a decade, actually. Oh, no. No, almost a decade. I love how many songs are coming up on my playlist that I have used as parody songs for my titles. GCP? What's that? Sometimes you go backwards. Can't always control how the data gets to you. Yeah. Azure colored data link. All right. A strudel. A strudel. It's like a mushroom poodle. Yes, this is something that looks like it could walk around on its own without assistance. Absolutely it does. This is perfectly fine. It's just full of funguses. The hair is fungi too. Yeah, it's like the clusters. And then horror. I love this part of this song. He came out of nowhere. Mold everywhere. Hey, Canis. Hello. Canis? 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 There. He's like, he leaps. And then the ground is like here, right? He infiltrates and then he jumps. I wasn't okay with it until the Nightmare Arms. Look, he's having a good time. Does he need ears? No, he doesn't need ears. Chopapa, hello. There we go. Yeah, this is a strudel. He's a poisoned poodle dog animal thing. Absolutely, that's what it is. Oh, that's what? a hat. It's just a ball cap for this animal. What the hell? What? Why? Shroodle is based on a tree shrew, and possibly the Kilroy was here meme. Okay, that's cute. It doesn't fit its name at all. Some of the audio was crackly. Is it still
In the
crackly?
frozen land of Nador, they were forced to eat Robin's minstrels, and there was much rejoicing.
Welcome, Choppa. Shrew Doodle. Oh, I thought it was a shroom and a poodle. Thank you. I have been educated. Where? It's not crackly. Can mention if it comes. Oh, thank you. I've had a problem. It's good. Okay. Hi, Redline. It could have just been in the last song. I also know. I remember I was trying to split my audio before and have Valheim. Valheim would start crackling after 30 minutes, and that's why I had to stop splitting it. I might try again when I stream tomorrow night and see if it goes, because this has been okay. But if the game audio starts getting crackly, that's very irritating. Okay, so we are now creating. So let's test again. Whoop, sure that works. So we should now be getting a new folder name that has no spaces from the title we've created. So if I go back over in here, this is our approval tracking that has been copied over. And if I go into site contents and uploads, there it is. Look at that. Okay, so it created the folder with no spaces in it. I think this might be a good way to have a custom name, because then they can understand it. It shouldn't be repeated. I don't know. This is part of the requirements that I need. You know, these are part of the requirements I require. Can you approve a pay raise for me, please? Yes, absolutely. Let me write a process. Just give me your bank account number, your social insurance number, and your full name and address, and then we'll get right on that. Now there's nothing in here. There's nothing in this one. So let's delete this one. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to be able to copy the attachment content into this new folder. So let's do... Ah! Oh no! You don't want to watch this?
I sent you a little smiley face, so you send me back a little smiley face.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Hello. Hiding Bat, hi. Hello, Aurum. Welcome, Until Dawn. Until Dawn sounds pretty scary to me. What was the scariest part of it, though? Hi, Erna, Talendra, Sia. Hello, hi. Nice dino yelling there. Your marketing data identifier would be nice while you're at it. My marketing data identifier. Ah, yes, of course. You took us from one horror stream to another. You did. This is a horror automate stream. It is software development. I guess that's where I've put it. But basically what I'm doing here today is we're looking at SharePoint and Power Automate. Now, I'm a SharePoint consultant, Power Automation, that kind of stuff. Hi, Acoustic-Cat. How's it going? And I'm putting together an approval workflow. I'm going through demos. We're talking through it. And also SharePoint stuff as well, because SharePoint keeps updating and changing. So if you have any questions about any of that type of thing, by all means, let me know. I love talking about it. Hi, Legendary. But yeah, it could be true horror, not working with either JavaScript, C# or C++, or even the PowerShell. I do have to PowerShell sometimes. Coordinates. Thank you for the follow, and I will sploosh. This is not what I normally stream. I normally stream, games, but we still have our art redeem every 30 minutes, so. And this is also the first day. Oh, you don't want to listen to that. I'm not listening to that on stream. That is not appropriate. That's a good song. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got our fake agreement between Snoot and chat. So what we're trying to do is when somebody adds a new item here, they want to have the approvers and the reviewers, they want to go in order. Approver, so the reviewers actually come first before the approver, and then that's the whole collection that we want to prove before we go to the next step, which would be the second level of that. And we want to do it entirely in SharePoint and Power Automate.
Damn good
no
job.
Power
Damn
Apps.
good, bloody good, damn good job.
Nice. And that's kind of the issue we're running into, because I don't have repeating sections. I don't have tables in a single submission. I could do that with Power Apps, but I don't want to touch it if I don't have to. You know? I might end up doing certain things, but we'll see. Was that Laszlo? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I think it was from IT, the IT crowd? Is that what it was called? Virtute. Did you Virtute? What? What is Toast of London? Do we have a Nadja soundbite? No. No, we do not. But I just love Matt Berry's voice. I especially like him as the pig in Disenchantment. All right. Okay, so we want to take the attachment from this and we want to put it into that folder. So we're going to edit our workflow. Matt Berry being Matt Berry in London. Oh, good. IT Crowd. Yeah. That was a good show. I liked it because it felt almost accurate. After today, I now firmly believe that all online training should be presented by a redacted to pure cryptic thing from DC. You have it. If you saw my real training clip, Al, you might think it was, I don't know, you might like it. You might like it. I'm very hands-on. I believe that when training, there's a specific way that you should train, especially if you're remote and you don't know if people are paying attention, because that can become a big problem for you if you're a consultant like me. You need to prove that they're doing their due diligence, right? Which they aren't if you don't follow them. So I always do things in the same way. I explain what the thing is. You know, what are we doing? What is SharePoint? What is it? Why? What is the terminology? Then we go into specifics. I talk about why. I give an example relevant to their industry. I do a demonstration. I go through the steps of that demonstration, and then I have them copy it, but in something specific and personal to them. So, for example, their pets or their favorite movie or favorite band. And then I get them to eventually, you know, when they're going through my training and they're learning things like permissions, I get them to test it with each other, because I always have at least 6 people in a group. And that gets them to sort of know each other too and learn. There's smiling. People love sharing their pets or their cross stitch or whatever the hell. So I like to do it that way, and it works pretty well. And I always have a test. But the test is always in the form of someone has sent you an email requesting this. How do you do it? It's not like the ABC. I don't care if you can tell me specific terminology about something. Show me you can do it. Show me you can change permissions. Show me that you know how to change it if somebody says they can't see something. Show me what you do if somebody says they need a page where all of the files from that are policies show up. How do you do that? What do you do? Do you snap your fingers at people who aren't paying attention? Yes. No. No. But I will be like, all right, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes now to work on your page. The instructions are here. If you want me to go through another demonstration, I am happy to do that. Just let me know. I'll be watching the chat for any questions in case you don't want to turn on your microphone, and let me know. Again, I will be waiting for 5-10 minutes. And then after that time, I'll say, okay, Clip Owl, Weirdo Horse, I don't see any edits on your pages yet. Are you having any issues? Do you want me to go through this with you again? And you don't respond. And I say, all right. I'm going to give you another 2 minutes to go through this. If I don't see any updates, I will assume that you are now conceding the course. You want to hang out in my course? You do my work. Otherwise, get lost. Don't waste my time. But as soon as that happens, you are absent as far as I'm concerned, and I will tell your employer thusly. Because, you know, if you have to step away for a phone call, I get it. We busy. You let me know. Clip Owl, you say, Snoot, Mr. Snoot, I have to take a call real quick. And I'll be like, okay, over the lunch that we have or the break, you and I will stay back and make sure that we cover for this. Or you will hop out of this particular training and you'll come back in the future training. It's such a big deal right now. So I was training an entire city on SharePoint during COVID. And the plan was originally for me to be in the office, right? Teaching, but it was COVID.
And your speciality?
Hi, Jeffy. So since it was COVID and everybody was new to it, it was like, okay, well, we're going to do this remote. Okay, but my content at that time was not for remote. And we hadn't really learned entirely for that because I was always put on site to do these trainings, right? It went poorly. Nobody talked. Not a single person touched anything that they were supposed to do. Nobody could answer any questions after. So this is where, so back in like 2019, 2020, I started figuring out what really works for training regardless. I want to hit every single type of learning because there's all types, right? There's people who watch and they instantly learn. There's people who hear and they learn. They need to read it. They need to have their hands on. They need to be asked in a way that makes them reflect it. It's different for everyone. What if someone said, Balatro? I love Balatro. I love Balatro. As a dev giving demo presentations to the larger team periodically, I sometimes just embrace streamer me and figure out how I can make this interesting. Literally started my most recent demo to the tune of the Brady Bunch theme. Sometimes you have to. I didn't hear the timey say get wrecked when he hit you in the face. I don't know if I heard it either. Oh, that's a toonie. That was a toonie that just hit me. You lost your Balatro run? How high did you get up though? Hands-on learning is best for me. Hold on, great file. Poor Ilmern. And I still haven't updated your charity picture. It's two pieces of bad news in one instance. I apologize. You've been stuck with online modules where you can't even speed up. Yeah, I can't either. And like, I'm supposed to theoretically be learning something right now, a new application. And I've already told them, until you give me hands-on exercises and we go through it together, I'm not going to learn. This is pointless. Like, I know me. I'm almost 42 years old. I am very aware of the way that I am and what I need. Must start with an existing library. Oh, an existing library. Okay. So our folder should be here. File name, the name of the file. Whatever it was, I guess. Get attachment content. Oh, you don't want to tell me the name of the file. You're only going to give me the content. Okay. Stupid. Okay, well, I guess we're going to call it, That's good to know. Is there a name in here? What if I created the file name of the item in the document libraries? File name with extensions. No, that's not going to work. That's fine. We'll just do it the output. For right now, oh, but we need the... Oh, God damn it, we need the extension? Can't remember. Well, let's see what happens if we do that. Test. Good night, Ilmern. Take care. Make a flowchart to maximize run score. I keep actually thinking about making like a dashboard and a list for Schedule 1 just to see. Sue, hello. Do you avoid colors green and red because some people are colorblind? So I tend to make sure there's high contrast. I don't really mind red and green so much, but I have a rule when I design, like for buttons, there has to be a word. Obviously, there has to be a word, a color, and an icon. So there's at least two pieces that any one person can latch onto to identify good or bad, cancel or submit, you know? Okay. It says it created the file. Do we think it actually did it? Accessible design principles. Also, I love using, it's COOLOR. It's a palette generator. It also has an accessibility feature in it where you can put in 2 colors and identify what the ratio is between the darkness and the lightness, like text on top of background. And I use that as a rule because it's important. Surely the default color schemes provided by Microsoft will be designed with accessibility in mind, right? They're not bad. They're not bad. I mean, we can fact check them right now if you want. So, for example, if I go into my change the look here and I go to theme, there's some ones that are here out of like by default and some made by other people who are in this area and some made by me for funsies, right? But for example, we have, purple. So like, is this accessible? Let's find out. We got purple on white. Let's go to Coolors. Okay, accept all cookies, sure. Escape. I don't want to make a palette though. I want to do accessibility. I love this site though. Sometimes I'll just go there and look at it because I like colors. Oh, stepping away. You're hurting too much. Spuds, what happened? So we can say the text color is white. Okay. So we can see now that this is too light, right? This blue color. So if I go into, I wish Snip would tell me the hex code. Okay, so this is, where's my wheel? Give me the hex, goddammit. How do I see hex in here? Oh. There. Okay, so it's not great, but it's good enough. That's one of the out-of-the-box Microsoft ones. Yeah, no, Coolors is super fun, too. I super love it, because I will... Well, look. You can just be like, I just want to see different color examples, right? And then I can be like, oh, I really like this one and eggplant. And it makes them accessible.
Take that.
Ow!
Sounds tax.
Sounds tax. Hello, newbie. Thank you. But I love it. I like colors so much. And there's all these different things you can do with them. Like, it will visualize it for you. So after you've chosen a palette, it will show you how it can look in different ways. It's so freaking cool. I love it. 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 Being able to just use a color eyedropper to selecting accessibility insights is super nice, though. Accessibility insights. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. Hi, Mass. Hello. But that was a good question, Squid. Also, let me talk about this, so that's cool. But I also don't want... I could do this. We could be like bees. Or this. Wild hues. Oh my god. We'll stay here. Save. Thank you for your lurk, Sue. What's the site again? I might need it for future presentations. Coolors. Here you go. Oh, a standalone tool. I see. Okay, so did we create our file? That's what we were going to ask ourselves. Site contents. Did it just create it? Okay, so it does need the extension. It didn't create it in our folder, which is good to know. So where does it think it's... Oh, uploads. I see. We didn't put it in the... Okay, well that's on me, isn't it? So it's uploads, and then it's Outlook. Or not Outlook, outputs. Okay. And then we need the file name with the PDF. So how do, or PDF, the extension. So how do we get the extension from it? We're getting the attachment content. Why won't it tell me what extension it is?
Have you checked your partner?
I asked her that, didn't I? You hate mauve. Really? That is interesting. And yeah, I absolutely love that site. It's so good. I love it. Especially when I have clients that are like, oh, we don't want to use our corporate branding. We just want something. And I'll be like, any ideas? They're like, earthy, but maybe also vibrant. And I'm like, excuse me, what? Clients. They're not real. Soon ask a question, hit her with the, have you checked your butthole? Yes. And I do that a lot in here. So I'm curious about this though. There's got to be a better way to do this. Hold on. Okay. So I think first we do add an action, get attachment. Okay. Approvals, yes. ID, yes. Okay, get attachment content. I'm so confused by this though. So is the file identifier going to be in the thing above? The ID of the list item the file is attached to. That's fine. Oh, I see. Okay. Get attachment content, create file. But now we have to pull it out of there, and it will be the first one. Okay. It's probably going to loop, but that's okay because we only ever have one. So it's part of why your relationship with your designer is your favorite cross-discipline work relationship, because people who are good at colors are fun. I tell people, if you want to look pretty, show me what you want. I can duplicate it, but I am not a designer. Yes, and I'm trying to teach more developers that. It's like, it's okay to be bad at something, you know? Not everybody can be good at colors. You just have to know. And why so many people out there, why red text on blue backgrounds? Can anybody explain that to me? Why? What is making you think that's a good idea, and why are there so many of you? It doesn't work. Don't do it. Ever. Unless there's like a big black and white like outline to it or something. File name. When an item's created, create new folder. This is not what I want. Give me what I want. Oh no, I'm gonna have to pull it out of the loop. Unless I don't want to listen to this. I flipped through so much music, you guys, like insanely. We should avoid all red text. Generally, it's the most common color for color blindness. I agree. Yeah. What do you consult for if that's what it is? Sorry, what do you mean? If you ask me to design from scratch, we're all gonna have a bad time. I mean, everybody has their own opinions. It's funny how quickly people can tell what they like or don't like, unless they're the one making it. Then they like everything they do. I consult, if you're asking me, I consult for, well, mostly just process design of all various sizes. I don't get to develop much in Power Automate anymore. So I'm kind of excited to be in here and doing some stuff. So I wanted to do a little bit live, even if it's just a tiny bit of me struggling around to remember what the heck we do here. But, let's see. We apply to each. Get attachment content. See, it's going to come out with current item, but we only have one item anyway. So if I do this... Oh, it's not going to let me. Is it going to let me? Hold on. Let's try. I will delete that. Okay, there's the apply to each. It should at least give us the metadata we need. Compose, create new folder. Okay, that's all fine. Show me what you got. Okay, so the content type. Okay, so this is what we're doing then. So, great. I am going to parse JSON. Oh, it's going to hate this. Let's see. Let's see if I can make it real mad. Schema, generate. Yep, there we go. Done. Great. Parse JSON. Edit. Attachment. New step. Create file. Red text on a blue background. I haven't done that since I was 12. I have seen it in engineering firms, like nonstop. I don't know what it is. People are like magnetized to it. Create file. Folder path, which is uploads, and then the name of the folder path, which is our output. The file name, which we should now be able to, well, the file content we're pulling out, so output. This one is called parse JSON attachment. So we need content. There we go. Content type, content. We know the content type is PDF. We could force people to always upload the same one. Let's try this first, see what happens. And then be happy with our lives. I would have failed post-secondary if I ever thought that was a good idea. Have you not heard of standardized text documentation? You were once asked by a company to apply your own design to a page. They said, yeah, from now on we'll get the design team. I mean, yeah. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to have to pull this out specifically as a 1. So basically what that means is I can use pathing in it to pull it out specifically from the JSON. So I think if I Control-C this and then Control-V, yeah, the items apply to each, I can take it and I think I can say like 0. Enter. Hello? Enter? Ooh, doesn't like this. Do I have to put it back like that? I don't remember. Whoop. This is some of the stuff that I got really good at, and it just completely just left my brain. Okay, you're not letting me override it. That's neat of you to do. Thank you for that. Oh, I see, because I'm an idiot. There we go. Invalid. You're invalid. But does it go inside the loop? I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna have to reteach myself how to do that. You forget entire code bases once it's the weekend. Yeah, no, I know. It's like I'm gonna trip my way through this with like some food and it's gonna get done and it'll happen, but oh my goodness. The brain rot is real. Yoda's screaming at you? Well, give him milk. Give him everything he wants. Oh my goodness, clip art. What was the old MS Paint thing? Yeah, I remember Corel Draw was really good for clip art. We had entire books of clip art back in the day. The 90s were 39 years ago, and I'm an old man, and I've forgotten so much in the last 30 years. Fair.
All right, let's have some fun.
Oh,
Time to get crazy.
the wheel you would like. Okay, we will do this as our last thing here. Let's see. Oh. Wheel. Oh no. Well, good luck. Let's see. I still haven't updated this, by the way. Squid, tuna, coati, bison, and toad. Hey, those are actual animals. Wheel of creative chaos. Yes, especially since most of them are like jutting off of the wheel. Well, that's weird. Uh-oh. Oh, I see. It's my problem. The Wheel of Morality. I usually end up singing it while it's going. Squid Coati? Uh-oh. Oh, my lord. Ew, what is with people only being on Twitter? Disgusting. Let's see here. How? I mean, Coatis are very cute. There's lots of different kinds. This song, Upright Lion, I love Stone Temple Pilots. I almost called them the Pirates, but you know. Okay. So if you were half squid and a half coati, I mean, I guess. Yeah, a squatty. Okay, now can we hold on? I was like, can I make this like one of those eye puzzles, you know? But I don't think so, because it needs its little ear. It looks like a kid's meal. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Like how hot dogs are all like chopped up, kind of like that. A little hat. I want a little hat. You don't even have to ask. There we go. It's a fez. Do they have big teeth? They have interesting coloring. They have like very like blocked faces. And then they have like stripy tails. Do they all? Oh, they all have stripy tails. Little hat. Quiet village. Every day. Like the one before. I want to pet it less now that there's lips. Well, it has to have a face. What were you expecting? I'm going to give it like little fins. Yeah, there we go. That's how it flaps around through the water. It's very clearly a water. You need 6 eggs? Okay. Okay, I don't understand, but sure, I'll give it 6 eggs. There. It's laid 6 eggs for you, Tap Girl. I hope this is what you've wanted. Are you doing some very specific baking with, Cody squid eggs? Tim, hello. You're at the end, Tim. You're at the end. I was trying to make an approval workflow, but there's a lot of specific things that I didn't think about, and I'm like, I have a lot more questions about what I'm doing specifically to even put it in place. So I'm going to go futz around by myself after I feed myself because I'm very hungry. How did your podcast go this morning? I mean, for me, it was this morning. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. It was yesterday. Tim approves of my workflow anyway. Of course he does. Yeah. There we go. It's a squid Cody. Requirements and discovery at the end. Classic. Art scan. Excellent. Okay. All right. I have sent it to the horror that is Discord. As always, thank you so much for showing up to watch whatever the hell this is. And I mean that every time I do this, of anything, you know, not just streaming the Power Automates, which again, wild that you're here. I would love to actually do like Excel training or SharePoint training at some point. I could even give out like fake little like certificates with your little like names on them, like usernames. That'd be cute, you know? You probably couldn't put that on your resume because then people would want to, well, you could say you had training on your resume. It's just, you know, you might not want them to know that it's from like Prolapsed Anus 123 on twitch.tv. But that's you. All right, let's find somebody to go harass. I kind of want to pass it on to, well, Sneck is streaming drugs, and we never raid Sneck, so let's do that. He better not be ending. Where is he? I'm checking him. Yeah, he's still going. He can't stop now, so, you know. Eat it. I'm gonna go eat food. I'm gonna make some chicken and like broccoli and stuff, and maybe some tater tots, and yeah. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.